Hello, I need an ambulance to Horton Town Square, please. A man fell. He got hit in the head. He's unconscious.
Guys, come on. An ambulance is getting needed to get through here, all right? There's nothing to see. Let's go.
What the heck is...
I told you not to touch anything while I was gone. You fired off a pumpkin?
It was an accident.
Really? Why was the catapult turned around?
The events in your book come true, Miss Stephanie Johnson. You mark my word.
And you said Chad was chewing Thomas out?
Let me back up.
While Alex just escapes death, not for the reason he believes, Johnny and Chanel's lives are forever altered. Chad learns what Thomas did. Johnny and Chanel receive wonderful news. And Alex is attacked twice on Days of Our Lives today. After Johnny brings Tesoro into the bookstore on Friday, Chanel and Leo both learn that the DeMoras are expecting a baby. After congratulating Tesoro, Leo dashes out after receiving an alert regarding the square. Indeed, he will be delivered to Johnny and Chanel tomorrow. Aaron informs social services to take him away, renouncing his rights. Who assaulted Alex? Susan warns Stephanie that her murder mystery is soon to come to light. Now, make it happen. Something terrible. As Thomas and Rachel get a pumpkin ready to throw at Kat's head, Chad and Kat are out in the square looking for the carving tool. However, a person dressed as Jeremy then tries to stab Alex with a knife, but fails. Alex, totally unaware of the knife that fell behind him, pulls Kat out of the way when he sees a pumpkin flying and is struck by it. As sale mites rush over as extras, he drops. A horrified Jeremy returns to Thomas and Rachel, followed shortly after by Chad, who scatters them as Susan, Stephanie, and Leo arrive. What they were attempting to accomplish is well known to Thomas's father. Oh, fuck. Thomas, you're correct. Never pay attention to Rachel. While Chad reads Thomas the Riot Act, Jeremy takes Rachel to Marlena because both adults are upset and disappointed. He yells at the child until he confesses he would still feel bad about hitting Kat. Does Alex feel all right? When the EMTs arrive to check on Alex, he is doing well. All right, he declines a hospital visit. Javi is so ecstatic about Tesoro that he completely forgets about everything until Leo breaks the news to him. While Alex is telling Stephanie that everything is okay, Chad pulls Thomas over to say he's sorry. Although Alex blames Jeremy, he does not blame Thomas. Jeremy simply responds that he is no longer that man as Alex tries to explain to Chad what Jeremy did to Stephanie, but they make it vague and somewhat meaningless. Susan tells the child she knows how mischievous Rachel has been, but she must stop it to help Grandma Marlena recover after spotting her in the bookstore. When can Chanel and Johnny expect Tesoro? To give their heartfelt congratulations to Tesoro's new parents, Leo and Javi bring the infant back into the bookstore. The fact that they must give up Tiny T tomorrow, however, breaks their hearts even more. However, they will always be a part of the baby's existence. The soon-to-be parents, feeling sorry for the Hernandezes, return home and rap about their promising future over the crib. However, it's not that horrible. They get to have children. In the square, Aaron is in a trance after returning from child services. He tells Kat what he did and asks what Tesoro will inherit. Before going home to be choked over their own crib, Javi and Leo shove Tesoro out and allow Aaron to hold him. At the end of the show, when Thomas apologizes again to his father, he is told that they simply need to practice expressing their emotions rather than letting them go. Jeremy tells Kat that Thomas threw the pumpkin, and Kat examines the pumpkin catapult that nearly killed her. She understands the child intended to defeat her after learning of Chad's rage. Alex tells Stephanie that he is proud of her outside the pub. They prepare to return home to celebrate, likely horizontally as usual. As they are locking lips, Susan passes by, and Stephanie informs her that the psychic foresight was a little strange. A negative event did occur, although it wasn't significant. Rachel's frantic breakdown and Chad's raging rage. According to 2 weeks' worth of previews for November 3rd to 14th, 2025, Rachel Black will become unhinged and Chad DiMera will be enraged. These are the first 2 full weeks of November sweeps. So things will be rolling along very smoothly, and we'll have a lot of action. Now let's get started. Days of Our Lives spoilers for week 2. Stephanie is warned. On Monday, November 3rd, Susan Banks alerts Stephanie Johnson about the impending catastrophic event. Susan believes Stephanie's most recent book is her autobiography, even though it is a murder mystery involving a writer. I now question whether that is because her work was somewhat autobiographical, according to Alex Kyriakis. Jeremy Horton is responsible for almost stabbing Kat Green, since it appears that the pumpkin that Rachel and Thomas DiMera threw may have struck Jeremy and sent him in the direction of Kat and Chad when he happened to be holding a pumpkin carving knife. As Alex attempts to intervene between Jeremy and Kat, he gets hurt. Stephanie is startled to see Alex asleep on the ground, but I believe he will recover. Javi Hernandez and Leo Stark learn that young Tesoro will be taken by his forever family. Naturally, the boys, Rafe Hernandez, Ariana Horton, and Gabby Hernandez are all experiencing a mixture of emotions over this. Kat is present to help her brother Aaron Green give up his parental rights over Tesoro. Aaron is having difficulties as well. Everything happened so quickly. You are suddenly the father. Go ahead and sign your rights away. He's twisting his head. Good news for Chanel Dupree and Johnny DiMera. The adoption of them has been authorized. Isn't it fortunate that they left that crib up? DOOL's family drama, Rachel's rebellion and Chad's fury. Chad is furious with Thomas for pursuing Kat on Tuesday, November 4th. Thomas then loses it, lashes out at his father, and dashes into traffic, almost colliding with a car. There are brakes that shriek, but hopefully the child isn't struck. It's going to be a huge scare, even though I know Thomas lives. As Chad and Jennifer Horton watch in terror, they naturally rush to see how the child is doing. For her part in Kat's near-stabbing and pumpkin chucking, Brady Black disciplined his daughter Rachel. In the end, Rachel agitated Thomas, and he and Rachel then took a potentially harmful action. When Brady grounds her, I'm sure she'll be upset with him and likely act out. Additionally, on Tuesday, Rachel and Brady run into Xander Cook, who is giving Brady the side eye, possibly as a result of his harsh behavior toward Rachel. Xander has performed far worse. Really, he did assist in raising her throughout the first several months of her existence. So I wonder whether he will continue to advocate for her. Spoilers for Daily of Our Lives. Philip refuses to turn on Xander. Holly Jonas and Tate Black have a consensus which could pertain to their future. Although Philip Kyriakis continues to support his strategy of not filing charges, he informs his mother Kate Roberts that Maggie Horton Kyriakis is certain that Xander was responsible for the assault. He will not be able to break the relationship he has with his brother. Kate undoubtedly wants him to, though. It's really cold when Xander and Sarah Horton run into each other. If she overhears him conversing with Brady and Rachel, I wonder. Sarah is furious over Xander's deceit and his brother's vicious assault. He's still resolving his problems with Marlena Evans, but Sarah doesn't seem to care. She's seeking a divorce. Aaron is consoling Ariana, which brings up the same problem because she has been there to help with Tesoro and is happy that he has a decent home, but sad that he is no longer living with the Hernandez family. So, hopefully, Ari is consoling Aaron too. A fresh start, the emotional adoption day of Johnny and Chanel. The official adoption date of Tiny Tesoro is Wednesday, November 5th. Chanel and Johnny are congratulated by Belle Black. His parents are his legal parents. Seeing Johnny and Chanel out in the square with Toro makes Rafe very pleased, but he will undoubtedly miss the little guy. Despite their tears, Gabby, Ari, Javi, and Leo are all pleased for the child, and Leo and Javi are consoling one another. A lot of this, in my opinion, is going to cause Javi some problems. After caring for little T for several months, I do worry if Chanel and Johnny will make sure the Hernandez family is informed and able to continue seeing him. Days of Our Lives spoilers for week 2, a heartfelt tribute to Johnny and Chanel. Gabby is taunting and prodding her daughter Ari, possibly with reference to a boy. If she witnessed Aaron with Ari, I wonder. No, I'm not into him. Ari may say to her mother, I wonder. I like Theo. We had coffee. Gabby won't like it because he took her CEO position and is older. Paulina, Price, Bell, Marlena, and others attend a small adoption celebration for Johnny and Chanel, who are introducing their baby son on Days of Our Lives. They have called him John Roman DiMera III, and will be referring to him as Trey. The tribute to John Black touches Marlena deeply, and she and Paulina reflect on the past while also considering the future of Johnny, Chanel, and this new baby. E.J. DiMera arrives to offer his congratulations to Chanel and Johnny. He assured Amy that he would not be present, but now that the adoption papers are finalized, I don't think that verbal promise will do anything. And I do wonder if EJ will disclose to the couple that he helped them conceive. Tensions increase in Salem, grandfather arguments, and malevolent alliances. On November 6th, Thursday, Gabby is consoling Javi. It goes without saying that relinquishing Tesoro will bring up memories of the time he lost his daughter. Paulina is being warned by Roman Brady. Theo also annoys and worries his father, Abe Carver, about something that might be related to DiMera Enterprises or the bully that Abe is mentoring, Liam. Stephanie and Alex learn something interesting. While Gwen Rizek shows some empathy for EJ, Johnny probably tells him, "Don't come back, kick rocks." Because Gwen has been barred from Thomas and Charlotte DiMera's lives for apparent reasons, and because she really likes them, you are not permitted to visit your grandson. An ex-doctor on parole, Dr. Mark Green, will meet evil resurrectionist Dr. Wilhelm Rolf on Friday, November 7th. Together, they appear to be working in the covert lab. I also question whether Mark has already heard of the notorious mad scientist. When they witness Chad consoling Kat, Thomas and Jennifer misinterpret. And I do wonder if Jennifer will insist on Thomas's accompanying her to Boston. Abe and EJ clash. The battle of the granddads is on. It becomes really hot. Abe is allowed to see his grandson, but EJ is not. Therefore, things are going to get messy. Additionally, Gwen undoubtedly receives a new task from EJ. The sweeps for November continue. Engagements, comebacks, and increasing drama. There is a sense of love in the air during the week of November 10th to 14th. There are romantic moments between Steve Johnson and Kayla Brady at the pub, as well as between Philip and Gabby. Sammy Brady returns and announces her engagement. When Xander breaks up a private moment between Sarah and Brady, will he control his temper? Soon, Kat might give dating a try. We are aware that she and EJ are expected to start dating soon. It goes without saying that Theo detests Abe's continued collaboration with Liam. Rachel is headed into a downward spiral and may require a more serious intervention during sweeps because of her extremely negative reaction to Brady's reprimands for the pumpkin incident. Johnny and Chanel become parents. We'll see what evil science they're working on when Rolf returns to Salem and joins Mark. Jeremy is fed up with being blamed for everything. Additionally, there will be a ton of returnees at the Tom Horton Free Clinic Dedication Gala soon. Although it is a Saturday, November 8th is the exact day of the 60th anniversary. As a result, the anniversary-related activities will continue into this second sweeps week. A massive Sammy surprise was just dropped by Days of Our Lives, and they might not be done yet. We're finally here, then. November marks the arrival of Days of Our Lives' major 60th anniversary celebration. A large gala featuring several Salem favorites, including Allison Sweeney's Sammy, will kick off the Tom Horton Free Clinic. However, Swoon also claims that Sammy will return with some very important news. She is engaged. It's a wonderful question as to who she is engaged to. Magic may be occurring off-screen because Lucas hasn't spoken to us in a while. However, despite Sammy's progress, it seems a long way off for her to forgive and reconcile with the man who abducted her and held her captive for months. Of course, EJ is outside of Lucas, but we can tell it's not him. Austin, who remains with Carrie, would also not be the one. However, during her most recent visit, Rafe and I did rekindle our relationship and nearly went off together. Even though we know he's a top-secret FBI agent today, it seems impossible to keep a whole relationship with Sammy a secret. Brandon Walker, Abe's son and Nicole's half-brother, is the only name from Sammy's past that we can think of. Given that he wasn't named EJ or Lucas, Brandon always seemed to adore Sammy a little more than she did, but it might be a loving reciprocation. Would Abe be so unaware of Brandon's life, however, that he would be unaware of a reconciliation with Sammy? Although that isn't impossible, it would be shocking. Sweeney herself broke the news, requesting that people only weigh in with incorrect responses. The responses did not let us down. Boy, we are left with a brand new character who has no connection to Salem. Yet the show might still reveal someone from Salem's past if there aren't any ex-partners. Sammy would likely have the healthiest relationship that way. Additionally, since Sammy isn't currently coming to Salem on a full-time basis, it would be the simplest to remain off-screen. Rachel is punished by Brady, Kate's news, Xander, and Sarah's run-in. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Tuesday, November 4th indicate that Kate Roberts' Brady receives unexpected news, and Brady Black will discipline Rachel Black. Here's what fans of Days can anticipate. Xander and Sarah Horton Kiriakis will also face off. After the whole pumpkin toss incident, Brady will first lecture Rachel. Rachel will have to take her penalty after this speech because she will be criticized for her part in the ruckus. According to previews for the day, Rachel will not be happy when Brady announces that she has been grounded. Brady, however, will not back down from this and will punish Rachel in the hopes that it would make her see how terrible her actions were. As for Xander, he will run into Sarah outside the pub with Victoria Kiriakis in her stroller, which will lead to some awkward moments. Sarah will remain vigilant with Xander throughout this encounter and underline that their future is no longer in hope. With Sarah now aware of the truth, Philip Kiriakis will brief Kate on all the turmoil. After Sarah discovered that Philip had made up his attacker to protect Xander, Philip will tell Kate that Sarah is divorcing Xander. According to Days spoilers, Xander and Philip will continue to be brothers for the time being because Philip will also provide some consolation to him in Tuesday's DOOL episode. Tate Black will console Aaron Green in the interim as he has relinquished his parental rights and consented to Tesoro's adoption. Ari Hernandez, who has been a member of Tesoro's foster family and must now say goodbye, will also receive consolation from Aaron. Knowing how difficult all of this will be for Javi Hernandez, Ari will also worry about him. Tate and Holly Jonas will then have a crucial conversation. Therefore, it is likely that they will talk about their relationship issues. Because she doesn't want to break her probation, Holly is completely focused on following the rules and attending to her studies. Will they find a way to spend more time together or take a brief love break as Tate feels that he's right now being left out of Holly's life? Days of Our Lives spoilers indicate that Holly and Tate will eventually come to an agreement. Rachel must face the consequences. In addition, Ari is grieving the loss. According to Tuesday, November 4th spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Aaron Green provides some consolation. Rachel Black must confront the truth in the meanwhile. Moreover, Zara is singing the same old song. What you should know is as follows. Tuesday, November 4th spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Odd turn. First, spoilers for Days of Our Lives indicate an intriguing development. Since we know that the Hernandez family is giving up Little T, It's obvious that this is the reason Ari Horton is sad, and it appears that Aaron is consoling her. We think it's a little odd that Aaron is consoling her at this moment, when he is the biological father and had to sign away his rights. We hope it turns out to be reciprocal. Tuesday, November 4th, spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Serious issues. Rachel is grounded by Brady Black somewhere. He has undoubtedly heard about the events at the Horton Town Scare and is unhappy. Rachel may not even fully comprehend how dangerous and wrong that was. Speaking to Susan Banks, she certainly wasn't behaving like a young child with a guilty conscience. She won't take this grounding well, we suppose. In fact, we want to know how Marlena Evans will handle this whole situation. Few people, including her, are aware of what Rachel did at the DiMera estate. We question whether Marlena is reconsidering her decision to keep quiet about what she knows in light of her behavior at the event and the catapult incident. Could she conclude that Rachel is becoming more problematic and that a more serious approach is required to address her behavior? Tell Brady what she is aware of. Let's see. Spoilers for Tuesday, November 4th, on Days of Our Lives. Another episode. Finally, Salem is celebrating Groundhog Day. Spoilers for Days of Our Lives indicate that Xander Cook and Sarah Horton cross paths. Since it has happened a few times already, we expect it will proceed in the same manner. It's possible that Xander would like to try to visit their daughter or patch things up with Sarah, represent his case. It's likely that Sarah won't want to be involved, and it will turn into another custody dispute. Before making any further decisions about Xander, we sincerely believe Sarah should sit down and speak with Marlena for a while. Afterward, she might notice that Xander is genuinely attempting to change. Brady and Sarah's developing romance is blown up by Kristen's release from prison. Days of Our Lives spoilers suggest that the developing romance between Brady Black and Sarah Horton Kyriakis would be ruined by Kristen DiMera's release from prison. Although Sarah and Brady had a close relationship before to her decision to divorce Xander Kyriakis, he is now actively supporting her. Brady led Sarah to one, so she could release some pent-up emotions, as he had first-hand experience venting his anger there. Brady will keep finding methods to support Sarah and get her through this trying moment, according to today's teasers. Sarah will begin to heal with Brady's assistance, but she still has more issues to resolve about Xander and the entire divorce process. Although it looks like Brady and Sarah are about to start dating, something could get in the way of their plans very soon. It might change everything if the truth about Kristen's confession and jail term is revealed. As viewers of DOOL are aware, Kristen lied about shooting E.J. DiMera and took a prison sentence because she loved her kid. Kristen has consistently acted in an attempt to shield Rachel Black from the terrible reality. Days teasers indicate that Brady will experience a range of emotions when that reality is revealed. Brady may be annoyed with both Kristen and Marlena Evans since he had a right to know that Rachel was the person who shot EJ. However, there may be another aspect of Brady that recognizes Kristen's sacrifice for Rachel's sake. Brady may not agree with Kristen's approach, but he will understand that she was in a terrible circumstance and was making an effort to find a solution. Even though Kristen has committed many mistakes over the years, her love for Rachel is undeniable. This is the one thing Brady and Kristen will always have in common. And it's also the one thing that might reunite them after Kristen is unavoidably released from prison and the true story is revealed. Days might present a love triangle. The choice between rekindling the heat of his previous relationship with Kristen and starting a new one with Sarah may ultimately conflict Brady. Brady may not want Kristen back, but she might still cause issues for Sarah and Brady. If there are any negative rumors about Brady and Sarah's relationship, keep an eye out for them, because Kristen always blows things up when she's around. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, Kristen's drama is likely to present some obstacles in Sarah and Brady's romance. On Days, what transpired with Jada and Sean? Jada and Sean were a serious couple, Jada and Sean's pairing on Days of Our Lives earlier this year caused a stir. However, the prospective pair abruptly and without any prior notice is no longer together. A couple these days could use. For a brief while, it appeared that Sean and Jada would be the next pair in Salem. While Jada was grieving over Rafe, Sean was there to support her and help him get over Belle. The unusual couple had a lot of heat. Unfortunately, Jada's and Sean's relationship ended as soon as it began. Sean seemed to have gone missing ever since Beau awoke from a coma. That choice seems to have had an adverse effect on Sean and Jada's romance. The couple simply vanished from view without any apparent explanation or cause. All of a sudden, Jada is back on the dating scene with Jeremy, but she is still off-screen. The closure of the possible romance between Jada and Sean has left one Reddit thread equally perplexed. They dropped it for no reason, one fan remarked. Belle can have fun with EJ, but he can't with Jada SMH. Another fan said, Sean hasn't been on recently. Jada hasn't found a partner. Perhaps this story will be picked up again. Given that they were a pair we could support, and since Days doesn't have many of those these days, let's hope the authors eventually choose to follow that path. The Peacock soap opera actually needs more couples. Of course, we adore the veterans Steve and Kayla, as well as Kate and Roman. We believe Jada and Sean might fill the gap in the soap opera's new couples section. Though, would you be interested in seeing Sean and Jada together once more? Days of Our Lives. The Rinse November 3rd. Lessons Chad can teach Brady. I doubt Kristen will pay attention. Thomas allowed Rachel to persuade him to throw a pumpkin at Kat in the Days of Our Lives episode that aired on November 3rd. Alex ended up getting hit instead. Chad was upset about his son, and in a string of moments that were so well crafted, he told him that there are scenes that Brady would be well advised to watch and imitate when it comes to his own beloved daughter, Rachel. Thomas and Rachel got caught. Brady no longer has a lady for Rachel to woo away from him. Therefore, she must find happiness elsewhere. This would be pushing Thomas to toss a pumpkin at Kat, a lady his own father isn't even seeing anymore. Chad called the kids out on it after realizing that Kat was the real aim, despite Alex getting smeared in orange guts. Even though Rachel talks a tough game, she immediately folded. Chad sent her out so Marlena could handle her. He was not afraid to discipline his own child, though. Chad's tough conversation, in addition to calling Thomas out on his behavior, Chad also walked him over to apologize to Alex after refusing to allow his son to justify his actions. Subsequently, he advised Thomas to communicate his frustrations to Chad rather than venting them on harmless Christmas decorations. Thomas will benefit greatly from Chad's excellent parenting skills. Contrary to Wright, in the meantime, Susan gave Rachel a harsh reprimand, but Rachel just rolled her eyes through the majority of it. Given that she has already allowed Rachel to get away with murder, we assume Marlena will be upset with her granddaughter's behavior. However, how severe will she be? Brady will probably handle it since he will want to know why Rachel felt the need to act out in this way, and what he can do to make her happy so that similar minor occurrences don't occur in the future. He will scowl and possibly give her a finger shake. In the end, though, she will receive a hug and some ice cream to boost her self-esteem. Kristen will encourage Rachel and force her to recount the entire Halloween night in detail, so they may laugh at her genius if she is informed of her daughter's exploits. Isn't Rachel, Mommy's darling little girl, incredibly intelligent? Brady chastises Rachel, and Tate stands by Aaron. It appears that the Blacks will not have a very nice Halloween. A loving best friend and a double-down dad are teased in the November 4th, 2025 episode spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Scenes from Salem. As Aaron confesses something significant to Tate, Rachel ultimately bears the consequences of her misbehavior. Baby Trey is the culmination of Johnny and Chanel's adoption journey on Days of Our Lives. Officially, Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree are getting married. This week, the adored Days of Our Lives couple learns incredible news about their adoption. The happy end of their protracted and difficult road to parenting has finally arrived. Comprehensive spoiler reports indicate that after important characters step aside, the adoption process proceeds quickly. The couple's desire to start a family is fulfilled, which highlights a touching plot point in Salem. The awaiting phone call comes. On the third Monday, Chanel gets the crucial call. Paulina, her mother, presents the formal adoption approval confirmation. Fans will recognize the scene as a book club meeting where the news is announced. The couple is then formally informed by Belle Brady that they have been selected. Both Johnny and Chanel are bursting with emotion. An arduous wait comes to an end as they embrace in celebration. One of the most important things Aaron did was to hand over his parental rights. He pushed for Johnny and Chanel to be adopted as the adoptive parents. The happiness of the couple was made possible by this altruistic deed. Happiness and farewells on Adoption Day. The Wednesday, November 5th episode follows the events on the official Adoption Day. As the baby approaches, Johnny and Chanel are excitedly getting their nursery ready. Chanel displays the usual anxiety of a new parent, wanting everything to go according to plan. Leo Stark and Javi Hernandez, meantime, are going through a tough time. They must say their heartfelt farewell to Tesoro, the baby. As they cared for the baby, the two had developed a strong bond. Leo and Javi are graciously thanked for their love and support by Johnny and Chanel. They invite you to visit them again in the future. For all parties involved, this moment emphasizes how bittersweet the adoption was. A new beginning with a new name. The couple chooses to honor family by renaming the child. The name Trey, which is short for John III, will now be given to baby Tesoro in remembrance of Johnny's late grandpa, the renowned John Black. In Spanish, the original name, Tesoro, means treasure. Trey, the baby's new name, eloquently ties him to his DiMera ancestry. It guarantees that John Black's legacy will endure into the next generation. This choice of name gives the adoption a deep emotional significance. It strongly establishes the child in Salem's complicated past, building a future after overcoming heartbreak. The adoption marks the end of the couple's nearly 2-year ordeal. They had experienced a tragic miscarriage in the past. It was later determined by medical experts that Chanel had little chance of bringing the pregnancy to term. Early this year, they looked into adoption. At that moment, they halted their search due to a distressing family revelation. Having baby Tesoro recently seemed like a second chance. A Salem newspaper carried the adoption notification, which Chanel saw. The couple applied right away, beginning this last happy chapter. In the end, their family has been created by their love and perseverance. Johnny and Chanel on Days of Our Lives undergo a lifelong change with the adoption of baby Trey. It affirms their positions as central family figures and offers fresh, engaging parent-focused narratives. This much-anticipated conclusion is evidence of their enduring bond. Spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Leo and Javi share a heartbreaking moment as Johnny and Chanel begin a happy chapter. Days of Our Lives revealed Stephanie's backstory and revealed her identity as best-selling author Anastasia Sands last week. Upon learning that Xander was responsible for Philip's attack that day, Sarah ended their relationship. Brady and she then proceeded to a rage room. The drama, the mayhem, the separations, the guilt, the plotting, the bewilderment, the anxiety, and more are going to get worse. Here is what viewers can anticipate from the November 3rd, 2025 episode of Days of Our Lives, which is a popular daytime drama set in Salem, Illinois, and can be seen on Peacock. November 3rd, 2025, spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Thomas and Rachel plot together in the week's first episode. In order to keep Kat away from Chad, the two children have been planning. After Thomas told Rachel that he didn't want her near his father, they conspired to get Chad to end his relationship with Kat. Additionally, they no longer want to see the two even interact as acquaintances. Thus, Thomas and Rachel are putting on their thinking caps and planning to make sure Kat leaves town. These kids are going to cause what new drama? However, Alex places the responsibility on Jeremy. Will this exacerbate the tension that already exists between the two because of Stephanie? And what might this be about specifically? Kat backs Aaron in the interim. After learning that he is Tesoro's father, her brother has given up his parental rights, and she wants to support him. Additionally, two other couples have been impacted by the same moment. Since they discovered the baby Sophia had left at the fire station, Leo and Javi have been caring for Tesoro, and they have grown too attached to him, so they share a bittersweet moment. A couple is currently adopting the child, and that couple is Chanel and Johnny, who are looking forward to a happy new beginning. They have been praying, waiting, and hoping for the opportunity to adopt a child and become parents for months. At last, their goal is becoming a reality after many problems and challenges. Adoption of Tesoro is underway, and being the parents of the child that Sophia abandoned after it was born makes them extremely happy. Tesoro is the son of Sophia and Aaron, but Chanel and Johnny will nurture him. This is the honest reality. When a Days star and a tracker enter a bar, the fans like it. Fans were immediately transported back to their favorite early 2000s soap opera memories when Days of Our Lives star Eric Martsolf shared a reunion. Brady and Sarah may be getting intimate again in Salem, but off-screen, Eric Martsolf was experiencing a different type of reunion, one with an old pal, a beer, and a ball game. The Days of Our Lives actor shared a picture of himself with Justin Hartley, who stars in Tracker, over the weekend, bringing back memories of their Passions days. Like stadium lights turning on after dusk, the nostalgia poured in as watchers eagerly anticipated the post. Completely nostalgic, toasted, and tracked, Martsolf posted, "This weekend, I tracked this guy down in Canada for a little ball game. On Instagram. My friend, thank you for your hospitality. Go Blue. And let's toast to the good times." With a wink to Tracker, a nod to the scene, and a soft glass clinking for two men that fans still associate with their Passions days, that one caption did all the work. As you might guess, co-workers on the soap opera added their own friendly jabs. As Darren Brooks of The Bold and The Beautiful put it, just two bros, bro ing down at a bro down without a bro beans. Haha, miss you twos. Now that's a good-looking couple, said Days co-star Brian DiTillo, while former GH favorite Sarah Joy Brown kept it brief and to the point. Cute. Followers find the feels. It turned into a reunion line in the comments. Fox Crane and Ethan together again. A fan wrote. Another said, "This is so awesome. I'm a huge Passions fangirl." One viewer went on, "This is amazing. My high school self is giddy with it. Passions never die." "Half brothers from Passions," said one, while another went all caps lock with excitement. Iconic Ethan and Fox in the same room again. It was well worth the run home after school to see Passions. Wish lists also flooded in after the reunion. "Please bring Passions back." A follower wrote, "You followed Tracker," with a topic that kept coming back in different ways. He quipped, "Did you hunt him down? Will you be appearing on his show this season? Or is this just an Easter egg?" The discussion kept coming up with fresh perspectives. Canada or Harmony? Others simply savored the occasion, writing things like, "Love seeing you two together," and "Two of my favorites." By the end, it read as though a time capsule had been opened, a reunion of Passions, Ethan and Fox. "I miss watching you both on Passions. I loved you both growing up. Looks like my Christmas present came early. You should do a Hallmark Christmas movie as battling Santas." Another user added a comic book tag. Booster Gold and Green Arrow walk into a bar.